So I think risk management is something that no matter the topic or the company or what products they provide, is just an ongoing issue that leadership in that company have to manage. And so I'm very focused on risk management. My background has been compliance management most of my career. And I think risk management is the one thing with resources, with the constraints of doing the job. There's managers out there that may have a staff of 10 people. There's managers out there that may have a staff of 1 or none. And I think them just trying to figure out what to do, they reach out to companies like Sage to help them in all aspects of risk management. They really are trying to figure out how I can lower my risk at the lowest amount of cost. So the highest level of risk management with the lowest cost. One of the marquee issues that I really try to focus on is when you're dealing with environmental regulations is focusing on kind of black and white and staying away from the gray. I try really hard to provide an expertise to the customer to make sure they understand what their risks are and how they might comply with those items. So as they're looking at a rule, a new rule, maybe an old rule that they haven't been focused on, is just what, most clients just really want to know, what do I have to do? And it's just, that's where Sage comes in. We are in that rule or a various number of rules most of the time, all the time. And we just really have to focus the efforts to get the job done as quickly as possible and move that company forward. And it's really at the client's leadership. How far do they want to move? What kind of focus they want to put on it? And really, again, what kind of resources they have, and we fill that gap also. So I've really focused on the last 2 to 3 years of my career on NSPS Quad-O. Quad-O is the first oil and gas upstream regulation at the EPA federal level to regulate hydraulic fracturing, emissions from hydraulic fracturing. But it also has implications all the way through the delivery of natural gas and oil to the marketplace. So I've really been focused on the implementation of that rule. There are still a few dates that have not been phased in yet, but those are fast approaching their past deadline. And we're really just trying to figure out, okay, what do I need to do this year to stay in compliance? Because in particular, I know there's one compliance deadline for control of storage tanks. It's April of this year, and folks are trying to figure out, do I have everything in compliance? So as it relates to risk management, I've been really focused on NSPS Quad-O for the past 2 to 3 years. I'm recently returning to Sage from the oil and gas upstream market. I am really interested in seeing this rule fully implemented. And so for me, staying plugged in to what industry is trying to do to comply with Quad-O, with its many deadlines and many facets, you really have to know where you are in the production and distribution stream of natural gas and oil to know what applies to you. There are parts of the rules that only apply to natural gas processing plants and other parts of the rule that apply to all aspects of the delivery chain. So for me, to help clients, I've received calls in the last couple of years where clients really just want to meet for the day to help them try to figure out how to move forward. And that's really where I like to stay focused, is risk management, compliance management. What do companies need to do to be in compliance? Again, the most straightforward, practical solutions for the rule.